George was indeed the best. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And legions of football fans around the world agree about this talented Northern Ireland international player. George Best was discovered in Belfast at the age of 15 by Manchester United scout Bob Bishop, who had just one thing to say: "I found a genius." Best played for United between 1963 and 1974 and possessed a unique combination of searing pace, incredible balance, ability with both feet, goal-scoring prowess, and a cheeky image that made him extremely popular. But popularity turned out to have a dark side.
It took me a long time to realise, who the hangers-on were and who weren't. And I did enjoy being the centre of attraction, but it became a monster. When you can't go outside your front door and people want to cause trouble and start arguments with you and fights and stuff like that, which you should walk away from. I find it hard to do that as well.
Even so, Best was the first superstar footballer, and he knew it, enjoying celebrity status to the full. His life soon became a blur of beautiful women, fast cars and parties, a lifestyle that in these early days was already beginning to take its toll. Best's drinking sessions were legendary. He recalled not long before his death how he could never measure his consumption in quantity. It was always the length of time he drank instead. And although Best went for long breaks without alcohol, he always ended up drinking as competitively as he played or trained.
I wanted to be the best trainer, I wanted to be the best player, and I wanted to be the best drinker, which isn't very smart when you're a professional athlete.
Absolutely. But Best still managed to make 466 appearances for Manchester United in all competitions, scoring 178 goals. However, his lifestyle eventually caught up with him. United sacked him in 1974 for excessive drinking and persistent failure to attend. Best himself began to admit defeat.
At the moment, I think I'm a complete wreck.
Over the next decade, Best drifted between several football clubs, including spells in America, Scotland and Australia. A saga of retirements and comebacks followed, but he never came close to rediscovering the talent that made him European Footballer of the Year in 1968. Retirement became the only option.
I feel now that I can't play as I could before. So I don't want to play a lower standard than I'm used to myself. And I don't think I can play to a high standard, so I decided to quit.
Despite this alarming state of health, Best's decline into alcoholism continued. Liver failure saw him receive a transplant in 2002, but he continued to drink, succumbing to a kidney infection in 2005. Best's son Callum made the sad announcement.
My father has passed away. Not only have I lost my dad, but we've all lost a wonderful man.
Indeed. The 59-year-old enjoyed a stellar career, including being capped 37 times for Northern Ireland for 9 goals, leaving a great sporting legacy in his wake. It's this memory that Sir Alex Ferguson, along with legions of fans, will prefer to keep with them.
Without question, he was an incredibly gifted and talented and courageous player for Manchester United.
He's the most marketable man in the history of his sport. Football star David Beckham is idolised by men for his athletic prowess and by women for his devastating good looks. He's not the first athlete to enhance his star status by playing the glamour card, but he's quite possibly the best.
Soccer, I know it's the biggest sport in the world, and all I hear is David Beckham. David Beckham. I don't know a lot about soccer, but I know David Beckham.
I'm just a big fan of David, as a player first and foremost, and then as a person. And he's the England captain, and for me that makes him the real royalty.
A powerful marketing tool, David has lent his image to many brands, including a 3-year contract with the Gillette Razor Corporation to feature in the company's advertising and promotional campaigns. The England football captain is rarely out of the newspapers for his private life as much as his football achievements. The superstar has also teamed up with Scooby-Doo and his pals in an animated TV commercial that was part of Adidas's Impossible is Nothing campaign.
David Beckham! I was only trying to teach an old dog new tricks.
David joined a constellation of football stars in a commercial campaign for Adidas, including Raul Gonzalez and Michael Ballack, as they teamed up to battle an impossible game in the style of the movie The Matrix. His marriage to former Spice Girl Victoria Adams in 1999 made headlines around the world, with their extravagant wedding reported to have cost an astounding $500,000. The couple have 3 sons, Brooklyn, Romeo and Cruz. In 2004, David's former personal assistant, Rebecca Lewis, claimed she had an affair with the superstar. Given David's unparalleled celebrity status in the UK, this potentially image-tarnishing news was gold to the famous British tabloids. While David and Victoria denied the allegations, calling them ludicrous, another woman came forward claiming she too had enjoyed a secret relationship with the soccer star. David began his career for Manchester United Football Club as a schoolboy in 1989 and was soon selected to play for England. He was one of Man United's biggest draws before switching to Real Madrid. After his relationship with the club deteriorated, he joined Real Madrid in 2003 and believes Madrid is where he will stay for the rest of his career.
My position is I signed a 4-year deal with Real Madrid, and I believe when I left Manchester United that Real Madrid would be the club that I finished my career with.
While his performances for Real Madrid have attracted praise, the team itself has been in turmoil. As of November 2005, Beckham has had 5 different coaches for Real Madrid and failed to win any major trophies with his struggling new team. In 2005, he unveiled plans for his first international soccer school.
I always wanted to be a professional footballer. Now I'm a professional footballer. All I've ever wanted to have is soccer schools, and I'm lucky now that I'm in a position where I can create this.
The David Beckham Academy welcomes boys and girls aged 8 to 15.
See the happiness that soccer schools bring to kids. For me, that's the most important thing in life.
David was inspired after attending the school of legend Bobby Charlton as a youngster and plans to devote his time to the scheme at the end of his playing career. As one of the most influential global icons, the brand that is David Beckham looks to continue its world domination. Known as the Kaiser or Emperor Franz because of his elegant style, Franz Beckenbauer is one of the great sporting icons of the 20th century. Franz is the only man to have lifted the World Cup trophy both as a player in 1974 and as a manager in 1990. His role of honour is unique. Captain of West Germany when they won the World Cup and the European Championship, he also led his club Bayern Munich to 3 successive European Cups. But it's not just for the medals and trophies that Beckenbauer is remembered. Rather, it's for the style and the genius, as every movement he made on the pitch bristled with elegance and arrogance, earning him the nicknames Emperor Franz and the Kaiser. Generally regarded as the inventor of the modern attacking sweeper, Franz achieved legendary status in the game, operating as an attacking defence player. Graceful and confident on the ball, tactically superb and a great leader, the Kaiser was a superstar in every sense of the word. His domination on the football pitch started as he began experimenting with the sweeper role, refining the tactic into a new form and becoming the greatest exponent of the game. Franz was a thinker about the game and brought about a revolution. Voted European Player of the Year twice, Franz won a record 103 national games for West Germany when, in 1977, he accepted a $2.5 million contract to play for the New York Cosmos in the North American Soccer League. He stayed with the Cosmos for 4 years, in which they won the Soccer Bowl 3 times, before he retired in 1984. On his return to Germany, he was appointed manager of the national side, taking the team all the way to the final of the World Cup in 1986, where they lost to Argentina. One of the greatest and most polished players in the game, in terms of innovation and success on the pitch, Franz is clearly in a class all of his own. As one of Germany's greatest ever captains, he can also be regarded as one of his country's greatest ever managers, having led the Germans to World Cup triumph in 1990, becoming the first man to captain and coach his team to the highest footballing accolade of all, securing his place in German football history for all eternity. In 1994, he took on the role of club president of his childhood club, Bayern Munich, and much of their success in the following years has been attributed to Franz's shrewd management, having successfully adapted his football intelligence. In 2004, he was voted the second best European soccer player in the past 50 years in the Golden Jubilee poll. Franz remained president of Bayern Munich until 1998, when he was made vice president of the German Football Association. It was under his reign that the successful campaign to host the 2006 FIFA World Cup was launched. Since Germany's bid to host its second finals tournament was accepted, he's taken an active role in the planning and staging as chairman of the organising committee. The legacy of Franz Beckenbauer's golden career will last a long time, as no other footballer has ever come close to reaching such dizzying heights as the Kaiser. He is considered the complete midfield and attacking player. He was completely two-footed, a prolific finisher, was exceptional at dribbling and passing, and is considered a remarkably good tackler for a forward. Famed for his speed and kicking strength, he is Pelé.
Baba, back to Pelé. Now what's he going to do? He's got the third! Oh, beautiful goal!
Over the course of his career, Pelé scored over 1,000 goals and won 3 World Cups. And since his full retirement in 1977, he's served as an ambassador for the sport. He is undeniably a football legend. 8 years before his first World Cup, Pelé saw his father crying after Brazil lost the World Cup to Uruguay. He then made his father a special promise.
Then I told him, Father, no, don't worry, I'm going to win 1 World Cup for you. Don't worry. I was 9 to 10 years old.
And win he did, creating the Pelé legend. He rocketed to international fame after becoming the youngest ever World Cup winner in 1958, when, at the age of 17, he scored 2 goals to help Brazil beat Sweden 5-2 in the World Cup final. Everyone wants a piece of the Pelé legend, and in 2004, bidders were given the chance. The blue V-neck shirt he wore when he scored those 2 goals in 1958 sold for just over $100,000 US. Pelé has also had his share of health scares. In 2002, he was hospitalised with chest pains that turned out to be an allergic reaction to iodine. Then, in 2004, he underwent emergency eye surgery for a detached retina. His family has also faced some hard times. Pelé's son Endino had admitted to having a drug dependency. In June 2005, he was arrested and accused of drug trafficking. Pelé supported his son through his ordeal, joining him to look at rehabilitation clinics. Since retiring, Pelé has kept himself busy. He's been involved in a number of charity events. He's met Pope Benedict and was even the first runner to receive the 2004 Olympic torch when it arrived in Rio de Janeiro. The former sports minister, who has never been afraid of showing emotion in public, was overcome when he paraded with the torch through the streets. At one stage, he openly wept on the shoulder of one of the helpers during the procession. Pelé continues to receive praise, not only for his excellent sportsmanship, but also for using his popularity to help benefit good causes. In doing so, he has inspired others in positions of power to join him. Pelé's generosity can be attributed to his own upbringing. He was born Edson Arantes do Nascimento on the 23rd of October in 1940. His humble beginnings as a shoe-shine boy who played with balls made from his grandmother's socks are legendary. He was discovered at the age of 11 and joined Santos at the age of 15. Before he had even turned 16, Pelé had scored in an official match. He played for Santos during most of his career and later joined the New York Cosmos. He's the only player in the world who has been a 3-time world champion. After all these years, Pelé is still cherished as the world's most famous football legend. The fascinating tale that surrounds the success of Irish-born midfielder Roy Keane is one of highs and lows. But at the end of the day, it's clear that he's one of the world's greatest football players. While a magnificent footballer, Roy is known to have temper problems. In 2002, it got the better of him, and he was subsequently thrown out of Ireland's World Cup squad after a row with coach Mick McCarthy over facilities at the squad's pre-tournament training camp. It divided his status among football fans.
He's the best player this country has ever produced.
We have every intention of doing him, yes.
When he returned to Ireland with Manchester United for a friendly in 2002, he received a mixed reception. In 2005, a teenage boy took advantage of Roy's well-known temper. Roy was accused of grabbing the 16-year-old around the neck, swinging a punch and shouting in the face of the youngster. Roy was later cleared of all charges. When he was just 18, Roy was signed by Brian Clough, who began turning the young talented football player into an effective midfielder. His career first began at Cove Ramblins. He developed further at Nottingham Forest, then Roy began his long and successful stint at Manchester United. During his time at United, Roy was widely regarded as one of the finest midfield players of his generation, known for his excellent tackling, inspirational leadership and distribution abilities. He was also captain for much of his time at Manchester United, winning the FA Premier League 7 times and the FA Cup 4 times, and played a major role in helping the team win the UEFA Champions League in 1999. He was captain of the Irish national football team for a number of years, representing his country in the 1994 World Cup and playing a major role in their qualification for the 2002 World Cup before he was sent home after an argument with team management. Roy unexpectedly left Manchester United in November 2005 during a long absence from the team due to injury. He played his last game for United in September 2005, which was a 0-0 draw against rivals Liverpool, in which he sustained a broken foot. In 2005, Roy signed to Scottish club Celtic until June 2007, earning $70,940 a week at the club he's always supported.
I'm coming up here to win football matches and help the squad. You know, I'm very much I feel a team player. Despite other reports.
And the fans?
I'm sure they'll love me.
Eamon Dunphy, who ghost-wrote Roy's autobiography, believes that Roy will be remembered as one of the greatest players ever to play football, one of the greatest players ever to have played for Manchester United, and one of the greatest captains Ireland has ever had. Roy was the heartbeat of Manchester United, with many believing the team is simply not the same without his influence and constant motivation. Few sportsmen led from the front in the way Roy does, both on and off the pitch. Whatever your view on Roy Keane, there's no doubt he is the epitome of unwavering spirit and desire to succeed.